Hello, I am Swabcraft, and today the plan is to play some Crossout. Okay. I don't know why that... Oh, I know why that blueprint was there. Okay. Anyways, so I'm going to start off the day, or night, well, it is a new day for me, and I have insomnia. So I am playing Crossout, and it just turned, it is what, 23 past 12? And I'm going to start with clan confrontation matches, because I try to get 5,000 points each week, but my clan has collapsed. And it is what it is, and I don't particularly care if I'm going to try to get 5,000 points regardless. I'm just going to use two builds tonight, both around 9,000. Crossout in the most recent update did a few odd things, I'd say. They made the background ambient sounds a lot louder, and the car engine sounds a lot louder. And I wish there was a way to just adjust those individually, but it doesn't seem like there is.
Let's just stay together, okay?
Okay, so we have one enemy that is going to be coming around the corner. And one of my teammates just charged in there. I seem to be lagging a bit. Oh, this guy is a Yao guy. Oh, I seem to be stuttering. So my current settings probably need to be reduced before I continue. My team was miserable, but that's fine. So I am going to... There's apparently too much of a challenge to use Rumble Studio and Crossout with my current settings, so let's see. I'm gonna reduce my settings to low. I'm gonna keep texture quality high. Turn and that off. Okay, and let's see, medium. Medium, low. I'm gonna want draw distance to still be high, but possible. Okay. Now I did lag quite a bit, but this is a test for me. Rumble Studio added a new feature to ingress a stream, which in my first test dramatically reduced the high CPU load that it gave me. So it should now be possible for me to actually stream Crossout and other similar fidelity games. In addition to just streaming art with Rumble Studio. Rumble Studio's main advantage is being able to multi-stream. And I think that to grow at any decent pace in this competitive market, I will need to multi-stream to have a chance. Because there will be some platform where someone will find me and someone will like me. And that way I can grow. And then maybe I will have a main platform later. Probably my main platform would be Rumble, to be honest. Because the risk of getting canceled on the others grows and grows over time. Actually, I'm going to turn off my webcam because my room is quite dark right now. Anyways. Okay. Fan confrontation match queues are a little slow tonight. Okay. Flamethrower guy. No, he is. Those are retchers. Okay. Ghouls, Millers. Okay. Okay, that's a retcher. That's Grav Stars, Millers, and Gremlins. Okay. And my build is a Yongwang. Now let's see if I don't lag this time, if I can win.
I can't wait to take their wheels.
Now, I don't know whether my lag was Crossout related server issues. Okay. Okay. Ah, and I'm dead. And after this stream, which is basically going to be a test stream, I'm going to be adjusting my audio. Sheesh, I did terrible there. Like, this build I have managed to get 1649 this week with. It's just that it takes the right teammates to not just get completely crushed sometimes. But that doesn't matter too much. And after I am done with the clan confirmations, I just want to get to 5,000. I'll be doing some other things. And the other thing will probably be Operation Redlight, which this is a fun build for. It's a bit of a cheap and cheesy build that is definitely unfair. Doesn't guarantee a win though, because I can sometimes screw up. But the Yeti really should be banned from that mode. Hello! That ref? Okay. Okay, the enemy team has fortunes, an odd combination of machine guns, what was the last one? Okay, I have some fairly low power score teammates, and the power score advantages to the enemy team. So let's see. I have to play them. So the main problem is that Fortune guy. I have a feeling that he can just run roughshod all over my team. Oh. Okay. Don't run into me. Okay, that did not work out well. Okay. Well, how's my audio? I'm sort of doing a test with a multi-streaming program. Is the audio too loud or too quiet?
Like I'm stuck here for good.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear? Can you hear the music? It's coming in on my microphone or my headphones a little quietly. But I'm always a little cautious with the music.
We've lost. Let's get out of here.
And I don't play the Crossout music because I don't like the. I don't think the Crossout music. Okay, I'm going to turn up the volume for the music then. I increased the music to 13% from, I think it was at 5%. Crossout actually has some good music, but it's not sort of music that I like for battle music. So right now, the Rumble Studio, the chat does not disappear on a timer yet. That's one thing they need to fix. Let's see, is there an option there? Because they have been updating a lot of things. Let's see. Nope, they have not added that yet. The queue times tonight are pretty low. I think there aren't too many people playing, unfortunately. And I think most of the matches have been against and with the same people. So do I have any other 9K builds? Yeah, I do, but I don't want to use that when it's a little slow. And we have been a sort of melee-heavy meta. Sheesh, that was long. I guess it's because I'm doing this so late in the week. Most other people have already done it. Okay, enemy team, Hammerfalls, Tacklers, another Yongwang, and a Yao Guy. Okay, there are some people that are fresh. That's good. Here's your hot rod on the PC exhibition. Okay.
They're breaking through here.
Okay. Okay, that bridge part is going to break. Okay. Sort of tempted to head this way. Yeah, and heading this way was the right decision. Easy, easy kill. Okay, I am going to head away from that guy because I have a teammate over here, and that guy is particularly slow. Okay, missed that shot. Okay. Okay. I don't think my team's going to make it out of this one.
Report serious losses. Retreat.
I got points for that. I'm fine with that then. Let's see how many points I actually got from that. It wasn't that good, 726. But pretty good for a loss. Do you have a T-34 tank then? So you might... Yeah, I'm cute. Okay. Just making sure. Thanks. Okay, I'll look you up. Okay. I don't think you're coming up. Unless I am reading the username wrong. Okay, and flamethrowers, melee. Okay.
I can't wait to take their wheels.
Heavy vehicles.
There are 3 of them there. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is get behind this guy. Okay, here we go. They blew off part of his vehicle. Need to ram again. This guy is dedicated to chasing me.
One enemy down.
He's still probably following me even to this moment. Yep. This guy is single-minded. Okay. Let's see. This guy is basically throwing for his team. Okay. He chased me that entire freaking time.
Enemy destroyed. Mission accomplished.
Okay, well, I met my goal. Okay. Ah. That's what was the mistake. I had it selected on trending. Okay. I can't actually play your build in any matches because I don't have any tank traps, and I don't really want to buy any. Yeah, but you did really well in this art build. Okay, well, I'm going to do a few more clan confrontations. See how many points I actually got for that one. 935. Not bad. Actually, if the matches are that long for the queue, well, that was a minute, so that wasn't too bad. I might just switch to doing Operation Redlight anyways. This guy. Okay. Probably not good to have incinerators paired with drones. But the enemy team has a fuse guy. Okay, the main worry then is the Gravstar guy.
Stick together. Cover each other. Let's go.
I have an Argus on this build, but I haven't had any need for it. Right. Okay, I am moving because I do not want to face the Gravstar guy. But we're going to have to kill the Gravstar guy to have a chance of winning. That's wonderful. No, he's not pinned anymore. Okay. Okay. Finish him off. Oh, he moved him out of the way. Okay, I am going to go after this guy now. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, dead. And final one. Ah. Ooh, nice explosion. Let's see. What's that? Okay, got him. I got him. Last one. The fuse gun. And all my teammates are still alive. The Yao guy is a really hard counter for the fuse guy. Hey, where is he? He should be over here. There he is. Okay. And he's just going to draw the match out. Okay, he's over here. My build is slightly damaged, so it's not driving as well as it normally does. I have to keep running too, otherwise the fuses will kill me. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can. Got him. Oh, yes.
We took out a decent number of bad guys today.
That was nice. It was a nice match, all things considered. Let's see. 10,057? Well, that was a pretty good match. Okay, I'm going to turn off the live chat overlay. Simply because it's not going to fade out. See? What's the progress on Ravager? Yeah. Stand confrontation does not give that many patches. Okay. We have a Tusk with lances. With the Ground Star Guide from the last match. Okay, a hover. Okay. A hover with cannons. Oh wait, that's not a hover. Okay. And the other two builds I did not look at close enough. Okay.
The base will be ours. Let's go. They're everywhere. Catching the base. Cover me.
Ew.
We're taking losses. I repeat, we're taking losses.
Okay. The magnetic nature of Crossout is annoying at times. Okay. That did not work out well. Oh, we might actually still win though. Because the Gravstar guy just gained the advantage and the hover is focusing the Tusk. The Gravstar guy can finish off the other one fast enough. He can possibly pull off a win. Let's see. He should have switched to the... This hover is insane for getting that close. No reason for it either. He just threw the match. He could have easily won from there, I think. No, the hover just threw the match. I love to see it.
We were great today, guys.
Okay, let's see. There is time for probably one more clan confrontation, and then I'm switching to Operation Redlight. Unfortunately, there really isn't too much here that I want. Not really that fond of shotguns. Guess I could pick up some remedies and GLs. Kind of wish the Big Ram had the flywheel. And right now I'm just waiting for plastic to come down in price. I have a large bank of coins just waiting for plastic to come down in price. Waiting for players. What's going on here? Is it just gonna crash? Or fail to load the game? Okay. That's a weird... Ah, that's the Tempura guy. Yeah, I've seen him before. This guy has a Tempura on Big Ram's build that gets over you and then uses the Tempura, but he isn't using it this match. Okay. Grav stars.
Attack! Let's go! There's a whole bunch of them around here.
Okay, so we have... One of them is probably near me right now. That's not good. Not good at all. Okay, my... Oh well. It is what it is.
Thanks, boys. Attack from the rear.
Let's see. Alright, decent hit. The Tusk got heavily nerfed, though. Maybe deservedly, but it heavy nerf nonetheless. Yeah. Ah, that's why he was so confident in being able to just bum rush me. Had a fuse guy on my team. Ah, this is probably the guy I got that was running from me the other match. One of the Russian teammates is cursing.
I'm capturing the target.
It's not impossible for the fuse guy to win, but it's very unlikely. Especially if the shotgun players just fail to take out the fuses. Is that a Catalina Cav? Does not pair well with fuses. I think that's the Catalina. I don't own it because I think that's the one pay-to-win cab that I really don't want to own, the Catalina. There is no chance for him to win. No, it's just not going to work out. He should have actually just self-destructed when it became an inevitable loss. Okay. Okay, ref, I'll check it out.
Guess we didn't make it. Not our day.
And let's see. Is it up here? Or do I need to refresh this? Okay. You need to put a paint job and some stickers on this one. I actually really do like the back wheels, though. I feel like out of all the blue wheels, you should probably see the ones with pass-through the most. What are they called again? I haven't used them in a while. The gun mount wheels. Even though they can't mount guns on them. Alright, I like it. Okay. With that said, I'm going to do Operation Redlight now. Yeah, it does. So this is not as cheesy as the hovers that use the millers, but because it's a Cronus, it can outrun the Ravagers without really trying too much, and it can actually get up to 130 kilometers using the same recoil trick. And with the spikes on the front of this guy, it can actually do a quarter damage to the gate in the section of Operation Redlight. Well, there we go.
Survivors, the time has come. Soon we will be done with Lloyd and the Ravagers.
And one of the Ravagers just quit at the start. That's unfortunate. That's been happening more lately.
The way there is dangerous.
Okay, well, I will go ahead and get to the point over on the right.
Quick, disable the panels. Then the gate will open. You lost another one.
Okay, that guy probably intentionally died, but that's probably better.
Leave, quickly.
Makes the game more fun.
Ravagers are on your tail.
Okay, the standard self-destruct trick. And the guy forfeited. What? It's no fun.
Their red eyes. This will buy you some time while I deal with the gate.
This is just going to be a free scrap metal game then.
They've got one of you. Go! He cannot be saved.
There are two Ravagers right now.
I took care of the gate. Go on.
Ah. I
Keep your distance from them.
probably shouldn't have driven into that guy.
Maybe if you split up, it will be harder for them to catch you. It's up to you.
Looks like the Ravagers are going to get a lot of reinforcements soon. This might actually still be a game.
Casualties won't stop us. Let's go.
Okay, and one of the Ravagers.
This gate stands between you and the Ashen Ring and the Mentor's forces.
Okay, looks like they are.
Otherwise, you'll stay in this hell forever.
Okay, I want to do this without resorting to the cloaking. Ah.
Is my day.
Okay.
So lonely.
Okay.
Nice.
Ravagers won despite all of that. Okay. Actually, I wasn't expecting the Ravagers to spawn on the right there. I haven't seen that spawn point before. It is a hot rod, so you should play with fire. There's no other way to do it, I think.
Survivors, the time has come. Soon we will be done with Lloyd and the Ravagers. The Mentor is already gathering mercenaries near the Ashen Ring. The way there is dangerous. Lloyd has sent hordes of machines to stop you. They're after you.
Quick! Disable the panels. Then the gate will open.
Okay, Ravager taken care of.
The gate is open.
Come on, drive forward.
Don't let them get close. I'll open the gate. You'll need to hold on for a while. Casualties won't stop us. Let's go.
Okay. 3 Ravagers now. Looks like the team is mostly just farming the Ravagers for kills.
Get out of there fast.
Ah!
You can cut through here, but it may be dangerous.
I had to catch up with the leaders.
You lost another one.
Ah! Let it go. Okay. It's fine for this part anyways.
You lost another one.
Hey, Ravagers are starting to take advantage.
You're almost through. Blow up this barrier and let's move on.
Okay.
Stephanie, it would be a shame to lose anyone this close to the action ring. You've lost half of the squad, and there are even more of them.
Welcome, mercenaries. You've proven your
Ah,
Let us become one.
that was a goof. Oops.
In eternity, nothing matters. You cannot escape us.
Right. Okay. I'll see you later, ref, then. I think that's what that means. Yeah. I think I'm not going to use the Yeti unless I'm literally the last one alive.
Did you want to live forever? They are trapped. We are free.
Wonderful. Is this Ravager build is somewhat slow on acceleration. Okay. Oh, dead well before I can do anything. Okay, but this is actually a slightly better position.
They have broken through the gate. So they want to play.
Okay, I have to self-destruct here. And there is no way to get them unless we go at it at the same time. Okay, got two with that.
Humans are trapped. They
Okay.
like their trap.
Okay. And my build is lackluster. I mean, it is going 100 kilometers. Okay, let's see.
They have managed to hack the gate. After them. Half of them have already calmed down. Hurry and calm down the rest. Two paths, and the same thing awaits on both. Humans always deny evolution. It will be better now.
Okay, 7 Ravagers now. Okay, I'm gonna keep self-destructing until I get to the right position.
They are destroying the last barrier. Hurry up. I fried them. Burn. We cannot lose them now. This is the last chance. Surround them. Clench them. Welcome home. Lost
Got one. Okay, last spawn point.
The last lost piece.
One left. Okay. Ravagers win.
Pointed.
Seventh place, despite getting several tags with the Ravager.
Stick together, guys.
Ravager again.
Today's our lucky day. You bet. Everyone away. Let's
There's too much DPS on the guy with the Arbiters. The Argus, that guy has porcupines. That's so unfortunate. Because this is a really nice, fast-looking Ravager. Fortunately, not good enough.
after them. Their thoughts will become ours.
Okay, got one.
I leave only wrecks behind. Fools are always running away from the teacher. We will teach them. All roads lead to us anyway. The enemy made a boom.
And they might be able to get.
Calmed down. Hurry and calm down the rest.
Okay, have to self-destruct here.
Nothing will stop them later. After them. Catch them.
That spot wasn't close
They
enough.
cannot die.
Yeesh.
Welcome home.
Got him. Okay. I think the last ones we'll get through. Okay.
Let us become one. The battle is lost. Fall back.
that many machine guns, it's hard to actually win as Ravagers. Yeah, we had mines, machine guns galore, and a drone, Yao guy. And I'm Ravager for the third time in a row.
Forever. Everyone ready? Let's The gate is open, but they will not escape.
Only way to do it is to get someone right in this section. Okay, going. This build has such terrible acceleration.
Back into the lock.
Should have self-destructed with that build. That build has such terrible acceleration. Really makes it much, much harder to be a Ravager. Got him. Glorious.
They have managed to hack the gate. After them. They have split up. Hurry. Make them one.
Only way to catch up is to self-destruct.
They are destroying the last barrier. Hurry up.
I really feel like this section, the Ravager respawns are just really, really bad. Like, they are destroying the barrier and you don't even get a spawn point that's anywhere close.
Do not let these bright minds slip away. Let us become one. The enemy made a room.
Got him.
Asleep. Prayers.
Got him. No. Almost got that one.
Humans always deny evolution. It will be better now. Forget it. Focus on the next battle.
And despite getting all those hits as the Ravager gives me 8th place. So, if you're one of the first two starting Ravagers, you're always going to get a low ranking, I think, unless you win really, really quickly. And I'm Ravager yet again.
Angry. Go.
are now already 4 Ravagers. 5 Ravagers.
Feel us. They have broken through the gate. So they want to play. There are just as many left to find. Ah, the anticipation. Tick tock. This is
Well, that
where
didn't work
we
out.
take them. Dig a grave for this one. We will have to play. We feel the new mind. It is still so fresh. Two paths, and the same thing awaits on both.
Crushed. TNA pushed me into that. No point in spawning right there. You'll never catch up.
They are destroying the last barrier. Hurry up. After them. Catch them. The dead cannot die. The last one is hiding somewhere.
Sheesh.
Let's get out of here, guys.
To be honest, I wish they had actually turned off all legendary weapons for this mode too. All legendary weapons, modules, and cabs. But I'd probably make it a lot better. They actually increased the power score from like a cap of 9,000 to 10,000. Which was obviously way too much. Even if one person got through, that was a team that shouldn't have made it past this first gate. Okay.
Survivors, the time has come. Soon we will be done with Lloyd and their Ravagers. The Mentor is already gathering mercenaries near the action ring. The way there is dangerous.
Someone joined the Ravagers from the start.
Every loss you suffer is a new ally for the enemy. They're coming. 2 or 3 of you need to open the gate. The rest of you carry them. Every loss you suffer is a new ally for the enemy. Every loss you suffer is a new ally for the enemy.
Okay, there are now 5 Ravagers already.
The Ravagers are on your tail. At this rate, nobody will make it through. Shoot at their red eyes. This will buy you some time while I deal with the gate. You lost another one.
Okay, I have a feeling.
Casualties won't stop us. Let's go. I took care of the gate. Go on. The way on the right is shorter, but more dangerous. Is it worth it?
Yeah, this is a real chase. Oh. One thing I should have done a while ago.
This is the last frontier. Destroy the gate and there will be nothing left to stop you. Finish line. Don't stop.
Oh.
Feelings we need more.
You're a part of something bigger than yourselves, mercenaries.
Okay, this guy is right here. I can't get him. Okay, that is GG.
Over. Nothing to do here anymore.
Right. Okay, am I done with... Yes, I am done with the Operation Redlight challenge. Okay. I think I've had enough of that mode for now. So let's see, what do I want to do?
All right, guys, let's focus and send them straight to hell.
Miss.
Contact!
This. Cardboard Ninja, are you gonna get hit? No? No? Okay. Okay, Ashley will be hit. Okay. But Ashley is a bot, so that was predictable. Okay, team is destroyed, mostly. Yeah, team is destroyed. One thing I don't know. I don't need to capture the cursor. Yeah. Just need to turn that off at the end of the stream.
The battle is lost. We're leaving.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. That's sort of interesting. Okay.
Weapons ready. I see the enemy. Be careful.
Missed. Keep laying down the ice.
Took him down.
Okay. Let's see. So, there. Do none of these teammates have radios?
We're losing Fox. There's no turning back now.
This one was mine. What an explosion!
Okay, wonderful.
Mission accomplished. Enemy forces destroyed.
Actually.
There's no way back now. Let's roll.
Always have to fire complete random.
No sighting. Enemy on the base.
I don't want to deal with Orlando here.
You'll pay for everything you've done.
No heroics, boys. Attack
Yeah.
the rear.
Okay, my team is mostly destroyed now. Not a complete sweep.
There's always a bigger fish.
I used to play StarCraft. And my account name on StarCraft is Swabcraft now. It used to be Dwarf Spider. But I haven't played StarCraft in years. Outside of like a custom campaign, I think.
Let's get them all and just stand this. They're breaking through here.
Okay, let's see. It's definitely hard to hit people on this map.
Get to the base. Give me some cover.
So all the real people are over there. All the bots are over here. Bots are moving around with their heads cut off.
End of the line.
Oh, this is a bad spot too. Oh, my teammates have won. Well, that's disappointing. I thought I was going to get some hits. And all that's left of these two random bots that are just wandering around like the programmers were deeply incompetent.
The last one is trying to sneak around.
This map is really hard.
That's some fancy shooting, boys.
The highest I ever got in StarCraft Ladder was Diamond, but I was mostly a Platinum player, and that was years and years ago. I mostly did the campaigns on Brutal, but I was just not particularly good. I did played main random in StarCraft. So I can't say I'm good when the best I ever did was probably Diamond. And that was when you can actually, so far back, it was when you can actually D-rank from your league. I think they changed it so that once you got like Diamond or Platinum, until they reset the season, you couldn't D-rank again. Go! Go! Right there. It's too far. Okay, let's see. Okay, enemy team is actually taking pretty significant damage there. Okay, let's see if I can hit that. Lost too many wheels this match. Try.
Is anyone at the base? Someone needs their training.
The hunt begins.
I am not having any good hits today.
Enemy forces destroyed.
Well, one of the main reasons why is because it's Blizzard Entertainment. For why I don't play StarCraft 2 anymore, it's mostly because of Blizzard Entertainment. They just got greedier and greedier, and their quality got less and less. And like StarCraft 2, Heart of the Heroes of the Swarm. I mean, Heroes of the Storm and Warcraft 3 all sort of got left for dead. I know Warcraft 3 recently got a new patch, but the whole Warcraft 3 refunded majorly soured me on Blizzard. I mostly played StarCraft 2 because I like the controls a hell of a lot better. I actually sort of wish they would go back to Warcraft 3 and give a higher unit selection cap. And like they haven't even done things like the StarCraft 2 features of an in-interface hotkey control panel. They haven't done the StarCraft 2 features in Warcraft 3 of what was I thinking? I'll think of it as soon as the match is over. Let's see. Pop that guy. That did hit him. In StarCraft 2, they have it so you see a number for your workers for both gas and minerals. They haven't even added that to Warcraft 3, despite so-called reforging it. That'd be like a simple improvement that they could do to bring it up to standard with modern RTS. And they haven't even done that. Like, and a lot of new players in Warcraft 3 don't know to keep like 5 peons on the gold mine. And that little sort of interface improvement that they could have made when they reforged it, like, they were super lazy with Reforged and basically made the product worse in many ways. And what they should have done is an art style similar to Heroes of the Storm, and like done cool stuff like allow you to import WoW models into it or something.
Great today, guys.
Now, as far as StarCraft 2 goes, Brood War had a vastly better story. The whole Aemon stuff, like, the cosmic horror is part of StarCraft, but basically they changed how Kerrigan was characterized, and it really messed up how the overall StarCraft 2 felt. For Warcraft 3, I just like fantasy more than sci-fi. But also I like the hero system and the creeps, because in Warcraft 3, if you're doing a good creep route, it's basically, until you encounter the enemy, you'll at least get some sort of RTS strategy out of that. And even if it's like you versus the creeps is sort of single player, and then it becomes multiplayer when you encounter the enemy, but you have the dynamic of there is things that you can do in the game where it isn't entirely reliant on you responding to your opponent. And that sort of makes Warcraft 3 interesting. But at the same time, Warcraft 3 is a little too complex, because if you look at the pro players, they know the exact amount of XP like a creep will give, the exact item pool a creep will have, and super optimal ways to deal with the creeps that are basically to the level of cheesy. So there are some good parts of Warcraft 3 and some parts that make it a little super noob unfriendly.
Know your heroics, boys.
So I thought one of the things they should have done in Reforged with Warcraft 3 is simply make it easier to play. Because it's already a hard game and super competitive, and even harder than StarCraft 2 competitively. To master because of the 12 unit limit. I really think that for like, there are a lot of units that are held back in Warcraft 3, like the Necromancer, simply because of the 12 unit selection. Stuff like fairy dragons, flying machines, all of it would be a lot easier to control if you had a higher unit selection, and there's no reason why they shouldn't have at least tried that. And one of the things about Reforged is they actually promised to try like a larger unit selection, and they never got around to even trying to implement it on servers. Meanwhile, if you look at the interface, they almost did nothing would improve the user interface. In StarCraft 2, you can see your control groups and what's in them in the interface. You can't see that in Warcraft 3 Reforged. And that is like super sloppy. And like a lot of things about Reforged are just super sloppy. Okay, let's see. And like they have actually been doing some balance patches in Reforged because I watch Grubby play, and they did do a recent balance patch, which is sort of nice, but they haven't done anything to actually make the game more accessible, more appealing. It's basically pigeonholed itself into a niche, a very niche and very hard to play game. Okay, let's see. I'm going to change my build up. I want something a bit brutal. There are a lot of popular criticisms of Warcraft 3 and even StarCraft 2. Like, I think StarCraft 2 does not necessarily need the macro mechanics. Simply because the micro is already such a fully established and mechanic-heavy part of the game. So having the macro mechanics, which, like, you can actually have some people that are fairly decent at micro, and they'll never hit, like, platinum because they don't do the macro mechanics. And the macro mechanics sort of take you out of the flow. Like, if it was just the buildings, let me turn off the...
Contact.
Okay. Okay, enemy coming from this way. Okay. And like they actually removed the macro mechanics from the campaigns. Like creep spread is actually a fun mechanic. Inject larva is not. I think I want to go after this guy. He's dead. Chrono Boost isn't particularly fun either. And Zerg, for some reason, has effectively two mechanics at once. Because they have to do creep spread. And like creep spread has a lot of great things about it. You can use overlords, you can use queens, you can use overlord with their loading abilities. You can use the hatchery trick. And that's a lot of fun cleverness that you can do with the Zerg for creep spread, but Inject Larva is so bland and boring, along with Chrono Boost and Mule, because what happens with Chrono Boost is you just super optimize, and you basically do boost the same thing at the start of the game every single time. Yeah, StarCraft 2 is significantly easier to play because you don't have to deal with the 12 unit selection, and your control groups work a lot better. And one of the things is you can see what's in your control groups, and I think that makes StarCraft 2 infinitely more accessible than Brood War. If you're trying to attract like new gamers and you show them Brood War, it will take a very, very unique person, I'd say, to be that interested in it. Meanwhile, StarCraft 2 is a lot more understandable.
Forward. Follow me.
At the end of the day, one thing that's the problem with the real-time strategy genre is you don't have enough players to really sustain it anymore. Because what's the casual version of real-time strategy? It is the MOBA genre, where you're basically controlling just one single unit, one single hero. And that can have a lot of compelling features and complexity. Okay, bot destroyed. I mean, basically, if the vast majority of people who are playing the sort of top-down real-time strategy are now all going to MOBAs for their first strategy game, then it means games like StarCraft 2, Brood War, and Warcraft 3 have had their heyday. And they can't, like, have a revival either. You're gonna see stuff like, I think Stormgate is made by former Blizzard employees. That's gonna be trying to do it, and I think I have seen one. One that does make it a bit simpler. Okay, I'm going to kill this guy before his teammate does. Kill me. And now I am down. This is not good. This is a pile up. You fool! I'm still here.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Oh, got a lot of points from that. How many people did I knock out in that game? 2? 2 kills and 3 assists? Okay. And also, one thing about with StarCraft 2, Blizzard made major mistakes. The first one is they were actually quite greedy by deciding to not give 3 campaigns from the start. Like, the Wings of Liberty campaign is still like 30 missions, and the time to play it might be about the same to... Actually, it'd probably be about half the time to beat the Brood War campaign. But that's still not enough content for the brand new game. So even when you... And they split it up into 3 expansions, or rather Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, and Legacy of the Void. When really, for StarCraft 2, everyone was expecting 3 campaigns to be included in the base game. And it seemed extremely greedy on Blizzard's part to split up the story that way. When StarCraft 2 was also announced, and then it took like 4 extra years for it to come out. So that was sort of unacceptable because they had more than enough time to do 3 campaigns.
There's no way back now. Let's roll.
There he is. Here's one of them. Get him, boys.
And then, of course, they also turned off local area networking for StarCraft 2, which was another sign of greed. And the biggest thing that probably ruined the esports scene, I want to turn around. Trying to go for that vodka that's right in front of me. Hey, this guy's annoying me. You took my wheels, I took your wheels. I'm actually surprised to see a build so similar to my own here. But he does have a few differences. Okay. Destroy that guy. So, with StarCraft 2, Blizzard had already seen how successful the StarCraft esports scene was in Korea. So, they started their own league and basically made the rule that Blizzard had to control everything and have control of the finances of all tournaments. And this was actually an insanely greedy move because they basically made their TOS so that Blizzard was in charge of all the tournaments all over the world, or at least all the major money-making ones, and to like stream the StarCraft 2 tournaments that were major and gave points for the World Series. You had to pay Blizzard a pretty penny. So that prevented StarCraft 2 from becoming the same phenomenon that StarCraft 1 was. And a lot of pro players at StarCraft did not switch over to StarCraft 2, in part because of how Blizzard treated the tournaments. And then you have that sort of Blizzard in control of all the tournaments coming to bite them in the ass with Heroes of the Storm when they canceled the Esports League. They basically destroyed the careers of all the people doing Blizzard Esports in Heroes of the Storm. And without notice, mind you. So Blizzard actually has a tremendous history of rather extreme greed. Like even World of Warcraft was an unfinished product when you think of it. When it first released for Vanilla WoW. The Hunter class was extremely incomplete. You had talents like Lacerate that were incredibly awful. I am being suicidal. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to... This guy's down. Okay. That's nice. My friend, I have already taken out a guy, so I'm quite happy. If I can do some extra damage to you, I'm even happy. There's a guy over here. I got his wheels. I have 31 HP, so I want to be very careful about this. I now have 25 HP. Get an extra patch if I survive with a very low amount of HP, but at this point, it looks like my team might lose if I don't knock another person out. And I'm, gonna survive that. Oh, and my team had 7 players. Well, 6 players and 1 bot. And the other team had 7 players and 1 bot. Okay. So, a lot of people will talk about the downfall of Blizzard Entertainment over the years
We've lost the
and say how it was a legendary studio, but the last game that was truly complete on launch that they released was probably Overwatch, but that was basically all assets from a scrapped MMO project, and the only other game other than that that was complete on launch was Warcraft 3. I won't say Diablo 3 was complete on launch because it basically so terrible with the real money auction house. That's still infamous Blizzard greed. World of Warcraft launch with the classes were unbalanced and incomplete. The raids were very simple. I'm not going to fault them for having Molten Core and Onyxia at start, but the dungeons were also poorly balanced and tested. The entire zones of Silithus and Azshara were slated to be done for launch, but were completely incomplete. There was only like 2 quests or something in Azshara to begin with, if I recall, or like 2 quest chains, and there was absolutely nothing in Silithus until the AQ40 stuff. Then after World of Warcraft is when they released StarCraft 2, and StarCraft 2 launched with only Wings of Liberty, so I sort of feel like that was an incomplete product. And for the entire first, until basically Heart of the Swarm, they refused to do frequent balance patches for StarCraft 2. So you ended up, the last year of StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty was all Broodlord Infestor. And it was awful to both viewers and players. And that had a serious impact on StarCraft 2's overall lifespan. Then, Heart of the Swarm had the Swarm host, which created an even worse situation. The one pro player I follow for RTS is Grubby, and basically he quit StarCraft 2 over the Swarm host stuff, and a lot of others did.
It's about to get really.
Okay, let's take out this bot. I am now stuck on the bot.
The base is under attack.
Okay. He blew up. Someone must have hit his generator. Okay, I want to get behind this guy. Yes, 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 yes. Yes! Flamethrower guy. Got the flamethrower guy. Okay, the incinerator player is burning in his own fire.
Mission accomplished. Enemy destroyed.
Well, with Swarm Hosts, it was basically an entire year of the Swarm Host guarded by hundreds and hundreds of spore crawlers. So it wasn't nerfed pretty quickly. And then for Legacy of the Void, the Swarm Host was redesigned to basically launch airborne, whatever the Swarm Host spawn are called. and at a much lower velocity. And that improved them a bit, but still, free units are still sort of bad for RTS. And like, if you remove Swarm Host from the game today, I probably suspect most people would think it would be an improvement to it. For Diablo 3, you had the real money auction house, and one of the problems with Diablo 3 was they only PTR'd the first campaign up to the skeleton. So they did not properly test the rest of the game. And the Diablo 3 story is actually... it's okay. I don't think it's bad. It's not particularly amazing. And it sort of was incomplete with the fate of Leah after she transformed into Diablo. And I don't think people really like that because they basically killed off Deckard Cain for very little gain story-wise. Like, Deckard Cain should have, if they were going to kill him off, it would have been better to kill him off in, like, Act 3 rather than Act 1.
Task is to capture the enemy base.
But overall, Diablo 3 is sort of...
Enemy spotted.
like, they took the grinding aspects of Diablo 2 even further, I think. Okay, I am not going to fight that guy directly. I am going to find someone else, because he's slow. I can take care of this bot here. Kill the bot and probably the next blow. Yep. Okay. There's enemy right that way. Got rid of most of their weapons. I now want to just pin this guy. Okay, gonna flip him. He is now self-destructing. I took out 2 of my weapons. And I want to...
Our revenge will be swift. Has no wheels.
okay, got that guy. Now down to 1 weapon left. Destroyed him and his drone. Okay, I am probably going to be dead in a second.
No chance.
And I really didn't play Diablo 3 at launch. I only played it years later when I got on discount for like $10. And even to this day, they're like charging $10 to get the Necromancer DLC, which just allows you to play as the Necromancer from Diablo 2. And that's the only character class they ever added to Diablo 3, and they make you pay money for it. It didn't come with like the Reaper of Souls expansion. And like, Blizzard sort of tinkers with their games after launch, and eventually they become somewhat good. And that you can sort of describe a lot of their games that way. They eventually become good through a lot of patches. But a lot of them are sort of just terrible at launch. And let's see, for Overwatch, Overwatch was actually pretty good. That is probably their most successful game at launch in the last decade. I hope Overwatch isn't over a year old. I mean, over a decade old now. It would make me feel really old if it is. Yeah. Uh, and Overwatch was doing pretty good for a while, but they did monetize loot crates a little too much, and I wasn't too much into first-person shooters to begin with. And I sort of feel like Overwatch having two snipers was a bit much. I would have preferred it was just Hanzo only, because I feel like a lot of first-person shooters as competitive games live and die by how strong a super good player can be with a sniper character. And I feel like normal players, they can sort of compete if they get queued randomly with like a really good Reinhardt or something. Like the Reinhardt will know the maps in and out, but they can still shoot the guy and knock him out. But against like a super good sniper with like Widowmaker, they'll just bam, you're dead throughout the entire match. And I sort of feel like Overwatch would have been better without a sniper, or at least with Hanzo, because of the gravity and the arc of the arrow being a lot harder to pull off, I'd say. But Overwatch was really cool, and it's probably the one great success of Blizzard Entertainment's development, but they have scuttled that all away with Overwatch 2, which is just, it became super low rated on Steam, and if they had like Warcraft 3 on Steam, Overwatch 2 might be the only game lower rated than it. They basically took everyone who had the Overwatch game, turned Overwatch to a free-to-play game, and basically said, suck it, suckers. And then they made the heroes monetized, from what I heard. I've never actually played Overwatch 2 because at that point I had already stopped playing Blizzard games. And let's see. With Warcraft 3, the remake or remaster of it, they promised an improved campaign. They promised to try different things like the increased unit selection. They promised to make it basically a modern RTS, and they failed that entirely. Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see. The names on my screen are a bit small. So it's Optimal Human. Okay. So I like RTS is actually more of my favorite games because of the creativity with all the builds. And you can do all sorts of creative and insane things that no one might ever expect. And while there will be more mundane build orders that get super optimized, and no one has really made a good RTS game outside of like Civilization, but Civilization I don't really consider like a PvP game. Civilization is a solo player game. And once you get to the formula with Civilization, you know how every game's going to basically play out. It's going to be some random events, but for the actual real-time strategy, you're not going to find better than Blizzard games, unfortunately. And no one's just really made a good competitor. Part of why I play Crossout is the build mechanics allow an intense amount of creativity, and while a meta does develop around a lot of stuff, someone will always surprise you with some sort of silly and janky thing every so often. And I'm glad I could rant about Blizzard because My dislike of that company has increased over the years, and I grew up on Blizzard games, and now the company is one of the most despised things I can think of in gaming. Like, I treat EA with more respect than Blizzard at this point because EA has never been a good company, but Blizzard once was. And then you find out stuff like when Pirate Studios on YouTube and Twitch, he has a lot of shorts about his time in Blizzard. Like, they were paying for a lot of their jobs, like, only like 36% of industry rate or something like that. And they are basically always in crunch and basically always overworking people. Meanwhile, they were always super greedy. Basically, by the time of StarCraft 2. And the funny thing is, for as greedy as they were with StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, or StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, made Blizzard less money than the first store mount that they put on World of Warcraft. And when that happened is probably when Blizzard basically went full in on all the scummy and predatory monetization. And of course, the peak of their greed is probably Diablo Immortal, where there was no cap to how much people could spend to increase their character power. So you had multi-millionaires, some of them spent up to $100,000. And it's like insane. There is a level of whaling that game enabled that is just bad in general for the games industry.
Great, that was mine.
Oh, you want some too? I'm streaming right now with a program called Rumble Studio, and well, it is actually very nice because it does multi-streaming. What I'm doing right now is the live chat, which does work quite well. It doesn't have a fade-out option, so I'm constantly going between turning the live chat on and off for viewing on the screen. And if the match starts and I forgot to turn it off, I regret it.
Guys, but we'll be back.
Like, it's actually fine to have in-between matches, I'd say. Oh, I think I'm done ranting anyways because my throat's getting a little dry. I guess I could also do a quick rant on the Blizzard expansions. Like, Vanilla WoW was unfinished. Burning Crusade was a little grindy, but was overall a good expansion for that game. Wrath of the Lich King was a Lizardary expansion, probably the best quality per time that they've done. Cataclysm, from what I heard, basically lacked a lot of endgame content because they spent so much time redesigning the world and redoing the quests, but the game needed that sort of update at the time. Mists of Pandaria was actually a very solid expansion after people got over the pandas being silly characters thing. Warlords of Draenor was a terrible expansion and the start of World of Warcraft going really bad. Warlords of Draenor was a time travel expansion to the past of Draenor / Outland, but they never even once in that entire time had a character from the future meet their past self. Which I thought was incredibly dumb. And then the expansion basically did so bad that they basically scrapped it and focused all their resources into World of Warcraft Legion. Warlords of Draenor scrapped an entire raid tier, and basically they, after Hellfire Citadel, or rather, they were planning to make a Shatra City raid, and the story involved there, but they basically just scrapped that and gave up on it, as well as an Ogre subcontinent they gave up on. They had a lot planned for Warlords of Draenor, and they ended up scrapping it all for World of Warcraft Legion. And Legion, they actually kept to a schedule, and they released a content patch every 77 days consistently for basically almost the entirety of Legion. And that's probably the best Blizzard ever got with World of Warcraft. But then, after Legion, they scrapped one of the more important things that came with Legion, which was the class order halls. And also, the better than average for World of Warcraft story of Legion, Battle for Azeroth had basically a very terrible story and premise. And Battle for Azeroth had some of the worst mechanics that Blizzard's ever had. The Azerite gear and the Azerite gear was in general just very terrible, and getting the best gear for your class was basically such a stupid thing. Ah, that's unfortunate.
The battle is lost. We leave.
Alright, well, I guess you're welcome. Like, the gameplay of the Blizzard real-time strategy games is still very good. It's more balanced than pretty much anywhere you can find, but the company it's attached to is just really bad. And I say this playing a Crossout, which is, it definitely has predatory monetization, but it just doesn't have any competitors in the building car games market right now. But if I was, Crossout is by Targem, which is owned by, no wait, Crossout is by Gaijin, which is owned by Targem, which does War Thunder, which is a greedy company on its own. But if I was to compare, people will be spending more on a World of Warcraft subscription on average than they would on Crossout, and Crossout is a game with fairly heavy predatory monetization. There's battle passes, there's packs, there's additional mini battle passes, and there is straight up buying coins as well. And all of this is substantially less greedy than World of Warcraft. It's still on the upper end of what I'd actually play as far as greed goes. But I tend to have one game that I'm addicted to at a time. Okay. I'm driving around like a lunatic. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go after this guy. Okay, that's not good. There's two guys here. Okay. I'm just not focusing enough. Yeah, we absolutely do. And like there's a lot of cool indie games out there that are either free or incredibly cheap that you can play. And then you also have games like Dark Souls that are very well done and not particularly greedy. Well, thank you. I'm actually probably going to quit here because I've already been doing this for 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's about as much as I want to do for Crossout in one day. I've already done... Well, so while you're still here, I'll do one more match of something cool. Like Crossout, if you play Blizzard games, you know about brawl-style formats. And that's where things started with Hearthstone. And Hearthstone is another can of worms I don't want to get into tonight. I used to play Hearthstone way too much, and I regret every cent I spent on that game. But Crossout does brawl-style content that it brings out every so often pretty well. And one of the cool things is, right now, they have a zombie mode. Where it's basically a version of tag. And you run from the Ravagers, it's basically a race to get away from them. And if you get tagged, you get destroyed and turned into a Ravager. So it's sort of a zombie mode at the same time. It's actually a really fun mode. So I'm going to show you this one match, and then I'm going to probably quit it for the night. So, to answer your question, the craft definitely comes because I played StarCraft and Warcraft over the years. But I'm also an artist, so I felt that craft really suited me anyways. Everyone is just tripping over themselves right now. Usually that guy would get shot down. This is probably going to be a quick match then.
After them, their thoughts will become ours. Hang on. You will understand everything now. We will find the rest. They will feel much better. Hurry. Get them. Consume them.
going to self-destruct here.
Let us become one. The last lost piece. We used to be so foolish until we became one. They have managed to hack the gate. After them.
It's just one race until the mode is over. It isn't like repeated with the same players. If I wanted to do another match, I'd have to queue for it again. And matches for this mode can be very short. It can be all finished by the first stage, or it can go all the way to the end in a very close race to the finish. And once this mode is done, it probably won't be brought back for another year or so. That is one bad thing with Crossout. All their sort of fun modes that they do as sort of brawls, they don't really keep them in rotation. They bring them out for basically story purposes for some of them, or like once a year. They have events like Drone Day, that's once a year, Crossout Day once a year. And then other modes that are randomly brought out when it's relevant. So it's sort of a fun mode. Well, actually, it is a fun mode. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching and sticking around and listening to my anti-Blizzard rant. Like, I hate Blizzard so much that if a game company is equally greedy as them, I'd still probably support the other game company. Let's see. I'm going to put on my ending screen. So, I am Swabcraft, and thanks for watching. I don't know when I'll stream next. Probably just going to go straight to sleep because it's almost 3 a.m. here. But have a nice day. Been a pleasure ranting to you. And